Alright guys, we're going to get into DIY number 1. I picked up this little welcome sign at the Dollar Tree, and I am just going in and I'm painting it with the color of moss, which I have a lot of my spring pieces for my home done in this color. I just loved it. Now for the little boots, I'm going in with the color of Cameo Pink. This is an apple barrel paint, and I thought this pink would be the perfect little pop of color, you know, with the moss. And I'm finding that just about any color that I choose goes with the moss really well. And this just took one coat of paint to cover these little boots. This was super fun to paint. Oh, I love painting these signs. Now what I'm going to do, I went in and I painted the little leaves green as well. But I'm going in with my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm painting this little flower box with this. And I will be going in with some paper towels and wiping it off. And I also added some to the leaves of, you know, that little plant as well, just to try to give it a little bit, you know, more interest. And this little pitchfork here, I went in and done the same thing with my Waverly Antique Wax. And what I end up doing is I end up adding a little blue flower to the front of the little floral box there. Now I picked up this little picture hold wall hanging from the Dollar Tree. It's in their new collection. And I'm just doing a dry brushing method here, or technique here. And you can see where I got a little heavy-handed in a few places. But what I did to resolve that is I went in with my sanding block from the Dollar Tree and I kind of sanded it and blended it in a little bit better. Now when I'm there, you can see where I blended it. Now I'm going in around the edges with my Waverly Antique Wax just to do the frame portion of this little picture. Well, it's not a picture, guys. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for words. Oh my goodness. And it turned out really, really nice. I did that all the way around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take... Okay, let me make sure what I'm doing. Okay. Well, I'm putting the lid back on the paint. That's one thing I'm doing. And I will be going in and I am dry brushing with the chippy brush. I went in and I dry brushed the whole little welcome sign. And here I am just going back and picking up a few pieces that I missed. Doing the flower box right there. The leaves. Just making sure that I get it all covered. Because I didn't want, you know, the background to be distressed and then this other portion not be. So, I mean, this fit like it was made to go into this little frame. Oh, I was so happy that it worked. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to be going in with some glue with my Surebonder glue gun. Like so. Just trying to add smaller lines of glue because I didn't want it to seep out the sides. For some reason my glue gun has just been like leaking glue on me, so I'm thinking it might be time for a new one. It's going on 3 years of me with this specific one, and it's time for a new one for me. And I'll just be turning it over and just placing it right down in the center of this little frame. And I really love the way that this turned out. This will be going in my living room. Once you walk in the door, it turned out perfect for the farmhouse look. And there I am. You can see the little blue flower. Now here I am. I got these beads. Oh, they're awesome. From the Dollar Tree. And I forgot how many you get in a pack, but it is a really good deal. And I'm just going in and I'm doing a green one, a beige one, a pink one, and a blue one. And I just repeat the process all the way across. Now some of these, the only problem is like one end was not opened all the way. You know, I mean, but I really didn't have time to rework it. But you could probably fix those. Here's the finished project, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And now we're getting on to DIY number 2. I have these 2 flat little palettes from the Dollar Tree. And I am just going in with a line of hot glue. And I will be gluing them together. Just like so. Then I'm going to be going in with my Adirondack white chalk paint from Folk Art. And this took 2 coats of paint to cover. And you might see my granddaughter's hand pop into the right. I'm not sure. Now these I painted with Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel. I painted them both the same color. I absolutely love bunny rabbits for the spring. You'll probably be seeing them incorporated a lot into my videos. But yeah, I think they are just gorgeous. And what I do next for my next step is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to distress them out a little bit with some more of the white chalk paint and a chippy brush. Because I just thought that they were too gray. And you know what, guys? It never fails. As soon as I start doing a video, here comes the train down the tracks. But that's alright. Okay. Now that we got that finished, I am be going on to my next step. Which I'm going to go in and I'm going to be adding some hot glue to the left side of these little palettes. And just little lines down. And I'm going to be placing down the first little bunny rabbit on the left side. Then I will be repeating the process on the right side of this little palette by adding 3 lines of hot glue. And then I'll be going in here and adding the second bunny rabbit. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a little louder. I'm trying to fix it where you can't hear the train. But oh well, it just adds a little character to my video. And I'm going in and I'm adding some reindeer moss right here. And I had to keep working with it because I didn't want it to cover the little bunny's noses. I wanted you to still be able to see that. But I did go all the way across the bottom of both of the bunny rabbits, adding this reindeer moss. And then off camera, I went in with my scissors and I trimmed it up to make it look just a little bit neater. And I just absolutely love these little rabbits. Now, okay, I have this in my stash, this little paper butterfly. What I was gonna do, I had intentions of placing it on one of their noses. And then I got to thinking, no, I just better put it at the top. Because it was really, really big for their nose. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going in and I'm just adding flowers. Little bitty pieces of random flowers from my stash. I'll be doing it on each side as well as in the middle. And then we will be going on to the final reveal. And here it is, guys. I hope you like it. On to the next DIY. I have this little birdhouse, and I'll be painting this in the color of crocus yellow by Ceramcoat. The next one I will be painting in the color moss. The next one I will be painting in the color of territorial beige. No, this one is actually going to be in the color of khaki. I'm sorry, I do have one in the color of territorial beige as well. I just didn't want you to sit through watching me paint all of those little birdhouses. So here I am. This took 2 coats of paint to cover it. It seemed like that the wood just wanted to, soak up the paint. And I had this little piece of wood that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's one of those little strips of wood. And I went in with my Waverly Antique Wax. And as you can see, it just did not want to take it that well. And I went in and I drilled 4 holes that will be holding the dowels that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, which I cut them in 4 different sizes to hold all 4 of the different birdhouses. And you will see here in a second that I do embellish each of the birdhouses differently. And I really didn't use the bright spring colors for these birdhouses. Now, in my future videos, I'm going to be incorporating a lot more brighter colors, but I wanted this to kind of be like a neutral. And I got these little wooden flowers from the Dollar Tree. They came in a box. You get several of them with different designs, and you paint them yourself. So I have some painted in cameo pink right here. This is another one of my favorite paints by Apple Barrel. Setting that one aside, we're going to go on to the green one. And I'm thinking that I pick up this little yellow flower here. And I do. I put one on each side of the roof of this little birdhouse. And I love these flowers because, I mean, there's so many different kinds you get in one package, and you can't beat it for $1.25. Oh my goodness. And here I am, I'm trying to decide which one that I'm going to put in the front. I go with the little white one, just right there on the front right side of that birdhouse. Setting that one aside, we are going on to the one that is painted in khaki. And I removed this, and eventually I took that off of there. You'll see here in just a minute. Now we're going in the one that is painted in the crocus yellow. And I am just going in and adding a few little flowers to the side. Or to the front, rather. Yeah, we're going to do the front of this one first. And then I actually got in my stash and looked at all of my embellishments from the last couple of years. And I did find a few plastic embellishments that I picked up from Amazon like 3 years ago. And here I am, I'm just showing you all that, yeah, I had to get out some blue because it needed a different pop of color on some of these little houses. So here I am, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a pink one. Oh, I was just all over the place. I was having such fun decorating these little birdhouses. Okay, and here we are. I'm adding some blue ones. They needed some blue. Okay. Now, I'm going to go on to the one that's in khaki. And I figured, well, it didn't have enough pink. It needed more pink. Okay, we put that one down. Now, this is a little piece that I got from my stash. And I thought it looked perfect with the little pink house. Then I picked up this little one. I ended up not using these. So, Okay, here we go. I'm gluing in the dowels, and I will be starting with the khaki colored one first. And it was like almost impossible to drill a hole, for me to drill a hole in the bottom of these little birdhouses because I thought it would split the wood. So thankfully that held very well. I'm going on with the yellow one now, and I placed it into the first hole that I drilled right there. I'm placing that one down on top, just like so. And guys, I'm serious, I was amazed how well they stayed on there, just using the hot glue. And we're going to go on with the moss colored one. And like I said, I end up taking those beads off of the top of that because I thought that it was just too busy. And you'll see in the final reveal. Sometimes I think less is more, you know, when it comes to this, you know, DIYs and things. Sometimes they can be just a little bit too busy. And I try to avoid that. And next we're going, that's to the territorial beige that I created. That one did give me just a little bit of difficulty staying on. I didn't want to stay on very well. Okay, now what I'm doing here is, whoops, see, that one kept wanting to turn over. I'm trying to fix it where y'all can see as much as possible with this angle. I'm using a generous amount of hot glue going across the bottom, and I added some reindeer moss. And I'm going in, guys, with some of these beautiful little florals from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to be gluing them to the little dowel rods underneath each one. I have pink, beautiful color pink, and these little white. I think they're baby's breath. I'm not really 100% sure. Some of the florals, like these little white ones, came from my stash. And if you're a crafter, you know how it is when you have a lot of florals and you just don't really want to buy new ones. But then you go to the Dollar Tree and there they are in all their glory, just beautiful florals. I love them. Okay, and here we go. We're getting very close to the final reveal on this project. After I add one more sprig of this little white flowers. You know, I don't know if those are baby's breath or not. I really don't. If you all have made it with me this far, thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet a member of my YouTube family, I ask that you would consider subscribing. It's free. And I ask if you like my content, you give me a big old thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. It helps YouTube to notice me just that much more. And I ask, hold on, I forgot what I was going to say. No, just give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and subscribe. And that post notification bell, if you hit all, it'll keep you informed of any and all of my future uploads. And I hope you enjoy these little birdhouses. We're going on to the last DIY here. I picked up this little palette. This was from the Dollar Tree Plus. I want to say it was $3. I'm going in with the color of Mineral by Waverly. This took 2 coats of paint to completely cover it. And you can see it had just a little spot that was kind of a little nick in it. But that didn't stop me. Onward I went to get this covered. And here pretty soon we'll be going on to the next step. Okay, I have this little ring. I guess it's a wreath ring. I picked it up at a garage sale. I got like 4 of them for less than $1. And I'm just gluing it down on this little palette here. First, I know it sticks over the top just a little tad, but you'll see that I'll be able to work that out. I'll be able to hide that. I got this little bicycle from, it was a yard stake. It came from a yard stake at the Dollar Tree. And I just used my wire cutters and I removed it. And I'm just going to go in and add just a little hot glue here, just to the wheels, and glue it down. I think it is so adorable. I just love this little bicycle. And I'm just trying to hold it in place here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going in with boxwood greenery, and I will be putting it up in the left side. And I really struggle with this glue gun with these glue strings hanging off. Oh, they were really bad this evening. But I rallied on and we got it finished. And I'll add a couple more pieces of the boxwood greenery. I picked this up from Walmart. I like to buy it in like one or two bunches of it for $2 something each, and then I just cut off what I need as I go. And one more little piece of the boxwood greenery at the top. And then I'm going to go in and add some of these, again, these beautiful pink little florals from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to add a few of those, and then I believe a white one, and that will complete this. I did not add a hanger to the back of this. I'm going to be using this as a shelf sitter. There I am, just trying to hold it in place. Like I said, my glue gun was just giving me a little bit of a fit this evening. Here's the finished project. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you enjoy my video this evening. You all have a blessed and wonderful day.